Tihoko Mosi, Nin Dushensi Mike Ford, Nin Nonshiai, Iowa, Kansas. I'm Mike Ford, and I work with the Munsee tribe in Kansas as a historian and a researcher. In the last 4 to 6 months, we've worked on a couple books to inform the community, both the tribal community and the local community, about the rich history of this tribe. Back in November, December of 2020, I compiled a bunch of documentation, and I wrote this book called Moravian Missionaries and the Munsee People. It covers the history that began when the Moravian missionaries David Zeisberger and Chuck Heckwilder converted Munsee people at Gnadenhut and Friedshütten in Pennsylvania in 1755. It goes on to Gnadenhut and Schönbrunn in Salem and Lichtenau, Ohio, and to New Gnadenhut in Michigan, and Fairfield, Moravian town, New Fairfield in Canada and Wisconsin. And then it goes down to Westfield, Renew, and New Westfield in Kansas. And this covers the period between 1755 and 1905. This book has parts where it shows the interaction between the tribes and the missionaries as they went through all these different states and countries between 1755 and 1905. It has treaties, it has letters to the United States President, it has all kinds of information in it. It's very informative. And the tribe is selling this book for $32, and that doesn't include shipping and handling, and a portion of it goes to the tribe's general fund. I will go on now to the Munsee transcription of Smithsonian acknowledges Truman Mickelson, 1912-1913. Truman Mickelson came out to the Chippewa Hills as advertised on the back of this book from a 1912 newspaper article. He came out here to interview Chippewa Munsee people and get documentation of the language. I found this in either 2014 or 2015 in Smithsonian microfilm, and last year I decided to transcribe it because I felt like there was a lot of really good historical information in this book. The two main contributors of Munsee language to this book were George Fix and Josephine Nancy Blake. There's language lessons in here from that time. There's the migration story in Munsee in English. There's some Munsee stories, traditional stories in there. And this is kind of a snapshot in time of this tribe 108 years ago. We intend in the future to do an updated Munsee language version of this book as the language has changed in a century, but this is a good historical documentation of the language being spoken back then and of the people that still lived in the Chippewa Hills at that time. We are selling this book for $15, not including shipping and handling, and a portion of this goes to support the Munsee tribe's general fund. This book was actually done in cooperation between the Stockbridge Mahican Munsee community and the Moravian Town First Nation in Ontario back in 2005. It is called the Lanata Wiksitik Shishkula Hawasak Ehaka Kinga Wanikan, or the Delaware Speakers Teachers Academy. It was written by Glenn Jacobs and Bruce Stonefish, whom we know as Leelanau Stonefish, whom we have regular conversations with, and who I consult on the language and the history. Leelanau gave us permission to copy this, and I knew when I got this in 2005 and 2006 that at some point we would be trying to teach the language down here again after it being gone almost a century. And this book has the language in it, has